Our oceans are vast and mysterious. They teem with life and connect us all. But these waters can also be dangerous. Without rules, there would be chaos on the high seas. That's where UNCLOS comes in. UNCLOS stands for the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. It's like a giant rule book for how nations use the oceans. Signed in 1982, this agreement covers everything from fishing rights to pollution control. One of the oldest threats on the sea is piracy. UNCLOS tackles this issue head-on, providing a clear definition and framework for action. This is vital for global trade, maritime security, and the safety of seafarers around the world. For centuries, pirates have been the stuff of legends and nightmares, but what exactly constitutes piracy under international law, UNCLOS? Article 101 gives us the answer. This article defines piracy as any illegal act of violence, detention, or depredation. These acts must be committed for private ends by a private ship or aircraft. The target, another ship, its cargo or people on board. This definition is important because it separates piracy from other maritime crimes. Acts of war, for example, are not considered piracy under UNCLOS. This distinction helps to clarify legal responses and international cooperation. To fully grasp UNCLOS Article 101, we need to unpack its key elements. First, the act must be illegal. This means it violates the laws of a nation. Second, the act must involve violence, detention, or depredation. This includes boarding a ship by force, taking hostages, or stealing cargo. Third, the act must be done for private ends. This means the perpetrators are motivated by personal gain, not political aims. Finally, the act must take place on the high seas or in an area outside the jurisdiction of any nation. We'll explore this further in the next section. The phrase private ends is crucial to understanding piracy under UNCLOS. It highlights the core motivation behind these criminal acts: personal gain. Pirates are driven by profit. They seize ships and take hostages to demand ransom. They steal valuable cargo to sell on the black market. Their goal is wealth, plain and simple. This distinguishes piracy from acts of terrorism at sea. Terrorists often have political goals, aiming to spread fear or disrupt governments. While their actions may be violent, their motivations set them apart from pirates. Section 5. On the high seas where piracy takes place. UNCLOS. Article 101 specifies that piracy must occur on the high seas. But what does this mean exactly? The high seas refer to areas of the ocean beyond any nation's territorial waters. These waters, also known as international waters, belong to everyone and no one. No single country has jurisdiction over them. This makes the high seas a prime target for pirates. They seek to operate in these lawless areas, far from the reach of national coast guards and navies. It's a dangerous game of cat and mouse on the open ocean. Section 6. Beyond the ship, piracy and other vessels. While we often picture pirate ships when we think of piracy, UNCLOS Article 101 is broader than that. It states that piracy can involve any ship or aircraft. This means that smaller vessels like fishing boats or pleasure crafts are also potential targets. In recent years, we've seen a rise in pirate attacks using speedboats and skiffs. These smaller, faster vessels allow pirates to quickly close in on their prey. Furthermore, the article doesn't limit piracy to acts committed by one ship against another. It can also include acts committed by a person on board a ship against another person on the same ship. This ensures that mutinies, for instance, can also fall under the definition of piracy. Section 7. A crime of international concern. Why piracy matters. Piracy isn't just a problem for the past. It remains a serious threat to global trade, security and human life. That's why UNCLOS designates it as a crime of international concern. Why is it such a big deal? Firstly, piracy disrupts vital shipping routes. These routes carry everything from food and medicine to electronics and oil. Attacks can lead to delays, shortages and increased costs for everyone. Secondly, piracy puts the lives of seafarers at risk. Crews are often taken hostage, subjected to violence and sometimes even killed. The psychological trauma of these experiences can be devastating. Finally, piracy undermines international law and order. By operating outside the rules, pirates threaten the stability and security of the maritime domain. Section 8. Universal jurisdiction. Any nation can prosecute pirates. Piracy is unique in that it falls under universal jurisdiction. This means that any nation, regardless of where the act occurred or the nationality of the pirates, has the right to arrest and prosecute them. This is a powerful tool in the fight against piracy. It allows nations to work together to bring these criminals to justice, even if they operate far from their shores. It also removes safe havens for pirates, as they can be apprehended anywhere in the world. Section 9. Fighting piracy together. International cooperation. Given the global nature of piracy, international cooperation is paramount. UNCLOS provides the legal framework, but it's up to nations to work together to combat this threat. This collaboration takes many forms. Countries share intelligence, coordinate naval patrols, and engage in joint operations. They also provide assistance to affected states and work to address the root causes of piracy, such as poverty and instability in coastal regions. Organizations like the International Maritime Organization, or IMO, play a vital role in facilitating this cooperation. They develop best practices, provide training, and promote information sharing among nations. Section 10. The future of piracy. New challenges and solutions. Piracy is constantly evolving. As technology changes and new opportunities arise, so too do the tactics and targets of pirates. Cyber piracy, for example, is a growing concern. Hackers can target ships' navigation systems, steal sensitive data, or even take control of vessels remotely. This adds a new layer of complexity to the fight against piracy. Combating these emerging threats requires adaptation and innovation. This includes investing in new technologies, strengthening cybersecurity measures, and developing new legal frameworks to address cyber piracy. Section 11. Safeguarding our seas. The enduring importance of UNCLOS. The vastness of the ocean can make it seem like a lawless frontier, but UNCLOS provides a vital framework for order and cooperation on the high seas. Its clear definition of piracy and mechanisms for international response are essential for global trade, maritime security, and the safety of seafarers. As we navigate the challenges of the 21st century, UNCLOS will continue to play a crucial role in safeguarding our oceans. By working together, nations can ensure that these vital waterways remain safe and secure for generations to come.